Welcome to our U.S. briefing show. Today, we kick off with some heartbreaking news from Texas, where severe flash floods at Camp Mystic have sadly claimed the lives of 27 children and staff members. The floods, caused by relentless rains, turned the Guadalupe River into a deadly surge, sweeping through the historic Christian girls' retreat. Rescue efforts are ongoing, but the region is bracing for more bad weather, raising questions about weather monitoring systems. Next, we shift gears to North Carolina, where remnants of Tropical Storm Chantal have unleashed heavy rains, forcing dozens of evacuations and water rescues. Over 60 people have been displaced, and floodwaters have affected shopping centers and homes, with record crests on local rivers. Although the storm has weakened to a tropical depression, the threat of flash floods remains high, and power outages have hit thousands. Finally, in the world of space and tech, China is making rapid strides with military applications in space technology. From advanced satellite systems to spaceplanes and anti-satellite tests, China is narrowing the gap with the US, sparking global security concerns about space weaponization. These developments mark a new chapter in the space race, with China asserting its strategic dominance. Please continue to watch for more detailed stories and updates. Deutsche Welle reports the tragic aftermath of the Texas floods, where a devastating flash flood on the Guadalupe River claimed the lives of 27 children and staff from Camp Mystic, a historic Christian girls' summer retreat. The floodwaters, swollen by relentless torrential rains, turned deadly in less than an hour, inundating Kerrville's riverfront and reaching the roofs of cabins, washing away some children in the chaos. The overall death toll in Texas has surpassed 80, with authorities warning that the numbers are likely to increase as more severe weather and additional rain threaten the region. The camp expressed profound grief and gratitude for the ongoing rescue efforts, highlighting the scale of destruction and the ongoing danger posed by rising waters, which remain a threat due to forecasted thunderstorms and potential further flooding. The Associated Press details the severe flooding in North Carolina caused by the remnants of Tropical Storm Chantal, which led to over 50 water rescues and displaced more than 60 residents across Chapel Hill and surrounding areas. Floodwaters inundated homes, shopping centers, and critical infrastructure, prompting evacuations and forcing the closure of major highways. Rivers like the Eno and Haw crested at record levels, surpassing historical flood marks, with power outages affecting more than 34,000 residents. As Chantal weakens into a tropical depression, heavy rains continue to threaten the region, with forecasts predicting up to 10 inches of additional rainfall and heightened flash flood risks. The storm's aftermath underscores the destructive power of tropical systems, leaving communities to grapple with the widespread damage, ongoing rescues, and the threat of further flooding as weather systems move northeastward. CNN reports that Wall Street is experiencing a roller coaster week as traders anxiously await the Trump administration's imminent tariff decisions. Despite recent optimism fueled by stronger-than-expected economic data and a series of record highs for the S&P 500, the market remains cautious ahead of the expected tariff letters that will detail new rates set to take effect on August 1. Investors are bracing for potential volatility, with some strategists like Mohit Kumar suggesting that dips in stock prices could serve as attractive buying opportunities, while others like Scott Wren warn of complacency and the risk of an economic slowdown as tariffs settle. President Trump's announcement of an additional 10% tariff on countries aligned with BRICS further muddles the outlook, prompting safe haven assets like gold to decline and the US dollar to strengthen, all amidst a fluid geopolitical landscape that could shift market dynamics with little notice. South China Morning Post highlights China's rapid advancements in space technology, emphasizing the dual-use nature of its innovations that serve both civilian and military purposes. The Beidou navigation system, boasting 60 satellites, not only rivals the US GPS but also provides the Chinese military with highly precise positioning and communication capabilities, particularly in the Asia-Pacific region. Meanwhile, China is developing extensive satellite constellations like Qianfan and Guoang to establish resilient broadband networks, potentially supporting military operations during conflicts, much like Ukraine's reliance on Starlink. The country's ISR satellites, spaceplanes like the Shenlong and Tingyun, and aggressive orbital maneuvers, such as stalking and dogfighting in space, underline its ambitions to dominate space warfare, including anti-satellite weapons and orbital debris management, raising concerns about the militarization of space and the potential for future conflicts. SCMP also reports on China's strategic positioning in the global AI arena, revealing that the majority of top artificial intelligence researchers are of Chinese origin, signifying the nation's dominance in this cutting-edge field. Meanwhile, geopolitical tensions persist as President Trump threatens to impose further tariffs on countries supporting anti-American policies, while Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese prepares for a significant visit to China, signaling ongoing diplomatic negotiations. Additionally, France's unexpected praise for China's new tariffs on European brandy, along with China's protests over Modi's birthday greeting to the Dalai Lama, illustrate the complex web of international relations. On the technological front, China's aerospace sector is poised for growth, with the potential to benefit from the U.S. easing restrictions on jet engine exports, paving the way for expanded production and greater access to global markets. Deutsche Welle highlights the contentious debate surrounding Zambia's new cybersecurity legislation, enacted in 2025. While Zambian officials, including Foreign Minister Malambo Hambi, defend the laws as measures to protect citizens from online scams and enhance national security, critics argue they threaten fundamental freedoms. The laws grant authorities sweeping powers to intercept all electronic communications and bring the Zambia Cybersecurity Agency under presidential control, raising fears of mass surveillance and suppression of free speech. Journalists, activists, and human rights groups warn that the legislation's vague provisions, criminalizing false information and indecent content, could be exploited to silence dissent and restrict media independence, as seen in past arrests for satirical memes mocking government officials. Despite government claims of protecting digital rights, the laws have already caused concern among young people and advocacy groups, who fear increased censorship and loss of privacy, prompting legal challenges and widespread criticism. Spiegel's narrative vividly captures the perilous journey of Chen Yi, a Chinese migrant daring to escape his homeland via the Darien Gap in pursuit of the American dream. Chen meticulously prepares survival gear, including a dubious snake repellent, convinced that even the jungle's deadly animals pose less threat than the peril of staying in China. His odyssey takes him through 8 countries, facing the brutal realities of swampy rivers, deadly currents, and the constant threat of violence from smugglers operating for cartels. His story reveals the desperation of millions of Chinese workers and families, who, disillusioned with China's stagnating economy and increasing surveillance, risk everything, selling possessions, leaving loved ones, and confronting life-threatening jungle crossings, to seek freedom and economic opportunity abroad. Chen's emotional account underscores the human toll of global migration, highlighting the immense risks and sacrifices involved in fleeing authoritarian control and economic hardship, with many migrants like him caught in a liminal space between hope and despair. South China Morning Post reports a significant surge in China's inbound tourism in 2025, driven by the expansion of visa-free policies that have facilitated easier travel for citizens of numerous countries. Major Chinese cities, including Shanghai, Beijing, and Chengdu, have seen record numbers of international visitors, with Shanghai's Pudong Airport alone recording over 2.37 million entries in the first half of the year. This growth marks a substantial rebound from the COVID-19 pandemic's impact, with tourism figures reaching 70 to 80% of pre-pandemic levels and expected to fully recover within the next 2 decades if current bottlenecks are addressed. The relaxation of visa restrictions, coupled with the opening of more duty-free shops and streamlined entry procedures, aims to boost China's global connectivity and economic activity. Experts like James Leong of Trip believe that China's inbound tourism could soon rival the world's top destinations, signaling a strategic shift to attract foreign visitors and stimulate domestic consumption amidst ongoing international tensions and regional economic shifts. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground, stories spit, walls come down. Voices merge in the sound, faces mix in the crowd. Broadcasters paint the scene, world events on our screen. Every link a different theme, words collide in the stream. 6 degrees connect the dots. lives day by day. Hidden truths come to play. In the background, shades of gray. Every story finds its way. Just like this day by day, hidden truths come to play. In the background, shades of gray. Every story finds its way. Cultures, I go, what really or do not, what enough to be you, everything and ever, what enough and after, what enough and after, what enough and after, nothing, 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 nothing.